All right. Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversation about band, HBCU, band culture, music education, and more. This is the special ITB episode. All right, this ain't a special ITB episode, but we are definitely all wearing the gear today. This actually feels right. It feels like home today. So yeah, but outside of that, man, make sure that y'all go pick up anything in our store. Remember, you can get 30% off your purchase. All you got to do is type in HBCU band. Again, you can get anything in our store. All you got to do is type in HBCU band. Also, don't forget the Fuel Your Passion Scholarship is definitely up and running. It is still going. We have not stopped that thing at all. So go ahead and check out the link inside of the description for that. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go around the room. Quan, my brother.
What's
How
up,
goes
Doctor? It's going well. We're actually having a enrichment camp, and a few of our we spoke about that on the show a few weeks ago, and so currently right now it is Worthing, Westbury, Sterling, and Stephen F. Austin, Houston. We just came together as brothers in music, and decided like, hey man, we just want to have this enrichment camp, passed out music, going over fundamentals, techniques, and we're gonna have a showcase Friday. Now the whole purpose of it is, of course, for students to collab and band directors to work together, build better bands, stuff like that. But we also wanted to raise funds for people that volunteer for our programs that never, get their roses financially or from a fiduciary aspect. So we just doing that and coming together in the name of harmony and band, bro.
All right, man. That's we've talked about it before, but I think that's an amazing thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. The Southside Band Enrichment Camp. Did I say that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Good. The Southside Band Enrichment Camp, man. You guys check that out. It is going to be on the campus of Worthing High School. So y'all check that out. And then the actual showcase day is what date is that? What's the date for the showcase day?
It's going to be Friday at 7.
Friday at
Friday,
7.
Friday at 7. So yeah,
Doors open at 6:30.
downbeat at 7. Yeah,
All
downbeat
right.
at 7.
So y'all make sure if you in the H-Town area, the Houston area, South Side, man, y'all go check that out. If you're on the North Side, go check it out. All over the city, man. Go check that out, man, because it's a beautiful thing, man, for programs to be coming together, to be able to do it in the name of not only enriching students, but also trying to give back to those who don't necessarily get their flowers. So I think that is super dope. Portia, how you been? What you got?
Well, I can't complain, preparing for the season. I'm going to do something different this year. Talking to my therapist, figuring out why by the end of September, I'm over it. That's because I don't normally take a break. I'm normally off maybe a couple of weeks in the last couple of weeks in November and a couple of weeks in December. And then I start recruitment in January. So trying something new this year. After this Saturday, I will be unplugging until kind of the week before band camp. Recruitment's done, supply list done, roster done, everything they need from me is done. First couple of songs selected. So I'm going to take some time to unplug from marching band completely for a couple of weeks so that I'm prepared for the season.
All right. So there is absolutely no marching band that's going to happen at all within your space, right? Okay.
After this, well, I'm going to do the show until the June, but all of July I'm going to.
I mean, that I get that. I'm just, So wait a minute. What if we have a show that is not marching band related?
Let her have it.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, let me.
I'm just trying to find.
Let me have it too.
I'm trying to find the loopholes. That's all I'm trying to do. Like, if we have a show that is literally food based, like we just talking about restaurants the whole time. Does that count?
You talking about in July?
Yeah.
No, that's gonna be exclusively my time. I'm gonna go to the job that pay my mortgage, and other than that, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just gonna kind of chill out. Yeah.
Okay.
But let me find a loophole real quick. Hold on. But if we just want to chop it up and just catch up.
Oh, that's totally. I can be unfiltered, unscripted. I can not have my wig on, whatever. I don't have to put myself together. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go. You at the crib, right? You at the crib. You are in your leisure. You ain't got your wig on, but Drumline comes on.
I don't watch that now.
Okay, so fine. So you still not gonna watch it then?
No, I don't watch that movie now.
Okay, here's another one.
No, I got it. Cause see, you not being creative.
I am being creative. But go ahead. I want to see what you got.
Mine is better. Here we go. You pick a movie, right? We, as your brothers, DoorDash you your wine of your choice. We all get a drink, and we just catch up.
I'm okay with that.
See?
No, see that no. I'm trying to find the other areas, right? All right, so here we go.
Bruh.
You riding in the car. You listening to the old station. And I gotta be honest. You listen to the oldie station, right? And this is going to count as an oldie station. And Outkast Morris Brown comes on. Do you listen to it or no?
I'm driving along. That doesn't take anything away from my break.
Right, but it has marching band stuff in it.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You said you're going to unplug from marching band.
Anyway.
So does that count?
No.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Got you. So it's more of like current marching band stuff.
How blessed mine was. We talking about blessing our sister with self-care. Send her a charcuterie board. Y'all, I love charcuterie. Anybody want to bless me? Charcuterie me. Like
I wouldn't be me if I didn't find a way to try to get in. Like I gotta find a way to get into this thing here that she's trying to get away from. That's the job. So you trying to be nice about it. I'm just trying to see what the triggers are.
Charcuterie. That's the trigger. Stella Rosa.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just stepping back for a little bit just to kind of get myself together, get my mind right, relax, unplug.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna text you something that you may get a free cruise. Cause you have a school. Do you have a school email?
A Norfolk State email?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
All right. Cause they got something. It's called Hometown Heroes. I'm not gonna put everybody on it because I don't want you to book when I'm trying to book. Because I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk about band on my group. So, but it's a way that you can get it. And they matter of fact, if your vacation time just say like February, you may get a free week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's with a specific company though. So yeah, I need to book mine because I went on my first cruise and now I don't know how to act. Yeah.
Okay. So before we get into everything and gets to talking about everything, I definitely want to say I see him in the chat. I gotta say what's up to Justin, because of the fact that my boy went to DreamCon, and I definitely wanted to go to DreamCon, man, and I missed it. But it's crazy because I seen everybody, so many people that I know that went to DreamCon, man. And so it's going to be back in the city next year. I got to be there. I'm definitely going to go to DreamCon.
Dallas or Houston? It's in Dallas or Houston?
Houston. Anytime I say the city, I'm talking about Houston.
So what is DreamCon? What is that?
It's like one of the biggest con conventions.
What is that, like Comic-Con?
Yeah.
So why is it called DreamCon? What's the difference?
I mean, I don't know the specifics behind the name. I ain't gonna lie about that, but I know that's one of the biggest ones.
Okay, I'm gonna Google it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for nothing.
I mean, I didn't know I needed to give a history lesson on DreamCon. You just asked.
You the one saying that I gotta be there.
I gotta be there. It's one of the biggest ones. It's usually one of the biggest ones. usually it has some of the like dopest like cosplayers that come through, some of the biggest artists that come through, a lot of black folks be in it. Like that's like let me tell you this about I thought I was like a inner nerdy kind of like comic book video game kind of person. It's so dope to be able to see so many chocolate folk that's just into it. Like that's to me that's just dope. That's just it's just dope to me. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I know it's dope to me. So, hey, that's what it is. I got to be there next year. It's going to be in the city. So, my intention and my hope and my plan is to be there. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, with that being said, though, let's go ahead and jump into our first thing that we talk about. Now, I want to say this. Some of the things that I plan on talking about and bringing up tonight were things that I was actually going to do on the LBR, but I wanted to sit back and get you guys' thoughts on everything and see where you guys were and what your opinion is. Now, all of it is not band related. Just gonna let you know that now. So, Portia, we in a semi-good space. This is a safe space. Not the whole time, but some of the time.
Good for
All right.
June anyway.
Huh? We good till
for
June? All right.
The rest of this month.
Cool. Here we go. Let's jump into the first thing. I don't know if anybody has seen this, but it popped up on the timeline. I was going to talk about it in LBR, but we're going to talk about it today. It says here, I don't know if anybody has seen this. HBCU AD accused of sexual assault. An HBCU athletics official has been placed on leave after a series of allegations surfaced this week. Dr. Kevin Granger, the vice president of intercollegiate athletics at TSU, is facing a sexual assault accusation. A university staff member made the claim in a lawsuit filed by Houston attorney Tony Busby's law firm. The HBCU administrator is accused of asking vulgar, graphic questions and inappropriately touching the staff member. KHOU 11 first reported the details. Texas Southern University confirmed to HBCU Legends that Dr. Granger has been placed on administrative leave. The university is now conducting an investigation. In a public statement, Texas Southern addressed the lawsuit and confirmed the action taken. In the coming days, you may see media coverage regarding allegations of misconduct involving a senior member of the Texas Southern University leadership team. We have initiated an independent investigation to ensure a fair and thorough, rough review of the matter. The executive in question has been placed on administrative leave. All right. Portia, what's your thoughts on that?
On what? Him doing it, or them placing
Yeah, him doing
leave?
it. On him doing it. Him and his sexual assault.
I don't know. That's weird to me in general because there are a lot of people who will just willingly give themselves to you. I also don't think that you should approach people in general where you work. I think that's messy. I think you shouldn't do that. It don't go right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you should have done that. You don't, and clearly it was unwanted because otherwise we wouldn't know. So clearly, you said something or did something or acted in a way that was vulgar. Um, yeah, I don't know why you would do that. And it looked like from those pictures, he was an alumni of the school.
Yeah, he's a former TSU alumni. He was a standout basketball player at TSU.
And now this your legacy.
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna tell you is 9 times out of 10, when something like this breaks, it's more to come. Because you don't start saying and doing stuff like this at this big age. So he been saying wild stuff. He been approaching people in a wild way. It has just not come out yet. And it seemed like this is coming out because whoever it was is high up like he is. If I heard what you said correctly. So wow. And I don't suggest that anybody do that. I don't understand that. Somebody don't like you, they don't want you like that. You gotta let that go.
Mm. All right, Quan.
Especially at
Oh, my
work.
bad. My
I
bad.
don't know
Go
why
ahead.
people do stuff like that at work. I just don't get it.
I mean, I will get into it in a second. I was about to say, but I'll talk about it in a second. Quan, what's your thoughts?
Um. So when I say this, if y'all gonna cut this, um,
I ain't cutting nothing. Say it.
I mean that's fine. But I'm saying if people clip this, my thing is like
Fair.
play the whole clip because what I'm saying is this is I hate to say it like this. If it's true, hold them accountable, right? If it's true, hold them accountable. What I just don't like now in these particular situations and spaces, the the court of public opinion matters. And just say he didn't do it. I don't know. Like I say, you know, he didn't do it. But you have a man, a black man now, who for some odd years been teaching at a higher institution. You really think he's gonna be able to get another job and truly be comfortable? You know? Again, like I say, if he did it, oh shoot, my lock trip. If he did it, you know, hold him accountable. If it's evidence of it, like true, real evidence of it, hold him accountable. But
So I guess my question would be now, based on what you just said, is this article just speaking to that he's under investigation, or is it saying more than that?
well, I'm saying is anytime you take a person and you put them on the news, like for the most part, not saying you could write like their career is over, but it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
it's
no, no.
hard.
I get
And
what
if we're
you're
gonna
saying, which is why I'm asking: is that article saying he's just been accused,
yeah,
or
so
is the
alleged
article saying more?
nah, allegedly investigation, typical, right? And then
Oh, see,
he's on leave until whenever. I don't like that, but also what I was trying to say is everybody that knows this lawyer, like he's been doing this. He went after Jay-Z. He's has a high profile a lawsuit against Shannon Sharp right now. You know, so forth and so on. And so, and let me say this. I'm gonna be quick. The Me Too movement needed to happen, but the Me Too movement also gave people with bad motives the platform to be like the person that cried wolf.
You going into
Because
exactly what I was gonna go into, but go
yeah,
ahead, bro.
but
Mhm,
here's what I want to say, and I agree with you, Quan. I
mhm.
think that I don't understand because you're right. Even if he is found not guilty or whatever, right? Well, this just seems to be a lawsuit. I'm gonna be honest. I always question those. Like, I think if I don't know, violating you and automatically going after money just don't equate to me. So that's just how I feel. But I don't think you should be putting things like this, like putting it out there, like this is something he's done, or even given that level of detail, which is one side of the story because clearly this is still being adjudicated. And it's hard to come back from stuff like that. Like once it's out there, every time they Google your name, this is going to come up. I do think that's messed up. I thought that article was saying, because I haven't read it, was saying
Mhm.
that he was found guilty of something.
Mm-mm.
That's different.
Just accused.
Like, no, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And see, like, but that's what I'm saying is like, well, people got to understand like how media works and how court system works because you're tried by 12. So if the first thing that you hear is a heinous crime, now it's my duty to prove that I wasn't. But these people that I'm picking has already have been laced up about this case. So you already have an opinion about me. So,
So is this a civil case or this like criminal charges? Because I thought it was a lawsuit.
yeah, I mean, their lawyer is a civil judge. So it's nothing criminal.
Oh, that's interesting.
So what's crazy about it is I understand restitution, like if you was inappropriately touched. But if you accuse a person, this is how I feel. You accuse a person because there's statute of limitations and whatnot for some of these situations. You should be pushing extent of law. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get into the semantics and be like, well, as soon as it happened, you should have reported it. I know people in my family that has happened to, and they don't say nothing about 20 years later. But and that's unfair to them. And so I don't want to ever come across a serious situation and seem like I'm diminishing people that have really endeavored through this in life. I'm not doing that at all. But it seems like now, bro, that it's a money grab.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me ask you this question before you keep going. So I'm not gonna say, whether we're just gonna assume for the sake of argument that the person that they're saying that he did sexually assault was a woman, right? Do you think that we're in a space now where men are guilty until proven innocent instead of innocent until proven guilty?
I mean, because what Quan is saying is, and I agree, even if you aren't found guilty, you settle out of court because you want to get this over with to try to save your career. And please don't get me wrong. I think anybody who sexually assaults somebody or touches them inappropriately, uses vulgar language towards somebody who doesn't want it, I think all of that is very wrong. But plastering people who are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty or until the civil process has gone through the necessary steps paints this person in a way that they're likely not going to recover from. So that sucks. Like, especially if they're not guilty of whatever this is, or I mean, there are always going to be people who look at them like,
I don't know,
right?
I don't know, but
especially in the profession that he's in, like going back. Well, I don't know, because we've seen some stuff. People have all kinds of stuff going on and end up getting jobs at other universities. So, never mind.
So let me. Oh, go ahead, Quan. You got it.
No, I was just saying, but it's like also like right now we're in like week 2, week 3 in one of the highest profile cases in the entertainment industry in the last possibly 20 years in regards to P. Diddy. Like we're like it was like R. Kelly, P. Diddy, and
Bill Cosby, R. Kelly.
Yeah, R. Kelly. But so here's the crazy thing about all of this, and this is why I get frustrated. When the truth comes out, it's almost like, well, people been knowing that this been going on. So why they not guilty either? You know what I'm saying? Like if you gonna send R. Kelly to jail, send their parents to jail too. Cause you,
my mama knew where I was at.
You know what I'm saying? If and when it comes to Bill Cosby, y'all really don't want to hear my opinion about that. Because some of those women, their detailed stories of, I went back to his house late at night after we was having drinks and such, but you knew he was married the whole time. And I'm not saying that like people can't have affairs or nothing like that, but what I'm saying is, it's like, you think you're gonna go to this man's house at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and do what? Like, sometimes I just be like, come on, y'all, come on. Let's keep it 1,000, because and now it's so sketchy to where if you're intimate with a woman and you could be in full intercourse and she'd be like, stop. If you don't, technically that's rape, bro. Like, you know how, like, real talk, you know how many women be playing, be like, oh no, don't stop. And then it's like, you don't know. Like, that's why I don't play with, like, that's why a lot of dudes, we're talking, I'm just saying this to the world. That's why a lot of dudes don't initiate. To this,
Facts.
like, I
That's
know a lot
facts.
of dudes don't initiate anymore because of that. Almost like you gotta, now she told me I could, and it was like this. You never know.
See, and that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask this question. I've been hearing this in a lot of different spaces, right? And I'm glad that we have a woman on the panel to be able to answer these questions, right? And maybe cause I don't know Portia, because Portia be different. She don't be like everybody else. So I don't know. I don't know if we can get the full answer. But one of the things that I've seen in a lot of spaces is the fact that it's only sexual assault when the woman doesn't like the guy, right? Like when the woman doesn't find the guy attractive. Like if the guy was attractive and they were interested, and the guy said or did something, it would be like stop, like playful, kind of like what you were talking about, Quan. But if
No,
the guy was unattractive to the girl, then it becomes a different story. Is that
No,
true?
that's
no.
harassment. That's a difference. That's harassment. But when you talk about sexual assault, that's something different. You dig what I'm saying? Like harassment, like, and that's the truth, and that's a fine line. If you think the guy's attractive, then it may go like that. But when you speak about sexual assault, that means it's unwarranted. Like it automatically attractive or not.
But that's
You
what
feel what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying, right? So like,
But no,
let,
I don't agree with that. Like I'm different in most ways, but I don't agree with that. Um, because I, my workplace is off limits. I'm sorry, unless you're gonna pay me what they paying me, I don't play them kind of games.
For sure.
So whoever says something inappropriate at work, I feel some type of way about it, whether I think you're attractive or not.
And that's why I say
So
Portia. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women like Portia. They don't. What's the old saying? You don't get your honey with your money, something like that.
right.
But we know a lot of women, and being in education as a male, which we know that's far few in between. A lot of women in this field, they're trying to get chose.
and see that's also why I don't subscribe to the idea of my work wife or my work husband. Because to me, that's too fine of a line. I don't. I have one wife, and I ain't playing no work wife. No, no, I don't
Because
play that
what
game.
drew you to him or her?
Yeah.
What drew you to him or her? Now I will say my dad's name is, it was a guy who worked with my mom. He had the exact same name as my dad. And so she came home and was like, I got a work husband. My daddy said, no, you don't. It's one me. I don't care what we share. We ain't sharing you.
Your daddy
So
good with me because
mm,
I don't play that. I don't play that
yeah.
because what happens is, I've seen this. I've seen this said, and I've kind of always understood it. Right, like you get into spaces with people, and I'm not speaking specifically for you, Portia, but you get into spaces with people, and because you're with them more often than not, right? There are certain kind of connections that you make with these people, right? That if you struggling at home or whatever, for whatever reason, right? Y'all got a bad situation going on. Y'all not your wife ain't initiating or whatever, but you go to work and you got somebody who, hey, can you go get me this for me? And she'll do it because that's part of the job. And now you calling her your work wife. Now there's a different level of a relationship and the chemistry that's built there. And so some people take that over the line, and then that's when things happen.
Well, here's the reality of it, bro. 85% of affairs happen at the workplace. That's Google it.
So
You feel me?
it's a proximity thing.
It's not only a proximity thing, but it's also, I only could speak about men. You know, a lot of the times, and I know a lot of men that are married that does not happen. But this is what I realized, and I only could speak for men, and I'm gonna speak for specifically for Quan and Julie may agree because we be around other men. Here's the truth: a lot of men once it start lacking at home, and I'm not just talking about from a physical standpoint, but once it
Mhm.
starts to lack, and I can complain, I complain, I complain, I complain, and I just think that's people. If if you have a union and I'm starved for 6 months, and I only could go to this Walmart, and the Walmart hours is predicated on one manager, but this manager don't want to open the store. And I'm not just talking about physical, I'm talking about emotional connection. I'm
Emotional,
talking
yeah,
about
communication.
all the above is a real relationship. Yeah. Everything. So if I can't get that, but it seems like this person is paying attention the way that I changed, I got my hair cut, the cologne that I
Mm-hmm.
wear. It is a lack, but that's why marriage always is being it's a union or institution that's constantly being attacked. Like marriage. If you're talking about marriage has to be the aspect of the priority and not your job. Even from an aspect of respect, like you listen to your male boss, but you won't respect me. How that go? Or vice versa. You respect your female counterpart, but you're not respecting me at home as a wife. You're not acknowledging that I am bearing your children. You're not being empathetic.
Hey, everybody, it's
So
your good
forth
old
and
buddy.
so on. That shit happens every time. What the hell was that?
It was. I'm not bad. That was my fault.
Anyway,
Go ahead. Go ahead. That was my fault. My bad. My bad.
what?
Keep going.
Strike
You
one,
speaking?
dog. Hey, we not doing that this week. That's
Hey man, you
one.
spitting.
It ain't gonna
Just
be
keep
no two.
spitting.
All right, bro. So all I'm saying is at the end of the day, like that union, that understand that entities, spiritual things, seen and unseen, will begin to attack that union. Just bottom line. But you gotta be honest. Like the next marriage that I get in, I should be able to tell my wife, babe, come on now. Your boy hungry. And you the only store I could eat at. Like, but I don't, all that work wife stuff. Nah, I don't agree with that either. That's giving, in my opinion, the devil a foothold.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with that. Portia, you was about to say something?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I
I
thought you was
agree.
about to.
And
No,
can I
I
say
agree.
this? Like, I'm gonna say this, and this is the most brotherly way I can say this. I do appreciate a lot of the times, and we can agree to disagree on a few things, but your philosophy of thinking, like you really got like some like superb standards, bro. Keep that shit up.
Ooh,
So
me?
yeah, like some of it like your philosophy of thinking, I'd be like, that's what's up. Something I'd be like, I don't agree with that. But 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 for the most part, I'd be like, man, I can rock with that. Like one thing about you, about Portia, your yes gonna be yes and your no gonna be no, and it ain't gonna be no black and white. So I respect that. I respect that.
Work wife and work husband should only be for fast food jobs. Stop.
Nah.
What?
Is he
Yeah,
talking?
but I think going back to the other point, I think that publishing things like that or anything where it could be proven false to implement the consequences or put that person out there in advance of a proper adjudication, I think is wrong on so many levels. And I feel that way about um cases of sexual assault. I feel that way about people doing false hazing, glazing allegations because you didn't get picked. All of that other kind of stuff. Like I think false accusations should have consequences. Not
I do.
saying that this situation we started discussing initially is false, but I don't think you should be able to weaponize things that you can now weaponize in a way that people don't recover from.
But
But I
also a
think
lot of the time,
I was just gonna say I think a lot of the times it's really just trying to. Some people are just trying to break the story first. Some
yeah.
people. I want to be the person who was able to get this story out before everybody else.
Yeah. But I must say this though too, and I'm gonna just say this about Texas Southern, but just the situation. In regards to the situation, I just feel like you have to have some proof though of something. Like you just can't file. You dig what I'm saying? So it's something. They might have been going together, and then they stopped talking. It might have been that type of situation. It's happened. Like, look at Shannon Sharp. He was literally having aggressive or quote unquote rough, EX with this person, and then
And
now all
she
of a sudden
decided
it's
she
like,
didn't want it anymore. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
but that's what she say. But not being ugly, but you a OnlyFans and you do that anyway.
Well, I'm just saying that's
So that
saying
means she
she's
was trying to get
saying
something
that's
out of
what
him
happened.
anyway.
Yeah, most
Besides
definitely.
what she was already getting.
And the
Yeah,
timing of that was crazy. Okay.
right.
You hear
I
me?
get $100 million offer, and then now you want half.
You
But
won't
on
have.
top, yeah. But on top of that, though, let me say this: that was the last biggest quote unquote, and I wouldn't even call it. I hate to say it like this. Call this a scandal at Texas Southern was when Dr. Lane was the president, and that didn't end well for TSU. For those that don't know, a few years back, TSU was honestly on this up and coming rise, and Dr. Lane was the doctor and president, and certain things took place, and they accused him of some things, and they fired him. The board of regents fired him, and he proved his innocence, and they had to pay that man his contract out, which was $1 million.
Mm.
And then in the next month, he's at Eastern. I believe he's at Eastern Illinois. Got the job quick. So I'll say this: if this is false accusations, the person is going to end up good. So, but I just hate that. And I'm gonna say it like this, real talk. As a black man, if it's not true,
Yeah.
you got to endeavor through this. That's that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
We already
But
got
if
enough shit.
I'm gonna tell all y'all, if it is true, that's
Do what you
crazy
do.
work.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. I hope it all works out for all parties involved and that the truth prevails in the situation. But I think, unfortunately, we're going to continue to see occurrences of this more and more. Everything's front and center publicized. But I do want to say, I feel like they handle us a little bit different than they handle when they do it.
See, hold up. I'm sorry. I just can't let this slide. I can't let this slide. My wife does the same thing. Listen, Portia, you can't do that because both sides was the same color.
Both sides are not the same color.
On this thing, it looked the same.
Oh my God. That is so judgy.
Bro, I thought you were talking about how they handle people. I was like, wait, both are the same color. I was like,
No,
you
I
saying
flipped
they're
my
the same
hand
people?
over.
I
and he
saw the
talking about,
same. I saw the
I'm
same
not
tone.
the same color.
There we
That
go,
is so
Quan.
crazy.
There we go. It's a little different. It's a different hue. Different hue. But I got.
I'm so done. I'm so done.
But I got what you said.
That's exactly why she taking off for all July because of that. Because of that right there.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just think they handle it different. They quick to throw out people, and anybody who does stuff like this should be thrown under the bus. But I just feel like how it's publicized and dragged through the mud and all of those things is just so different when it's people who look like us.
I don't disagree at all. And I mean that I would all and not to bring up old wounds, but I would definitely say that's with a lot of things. Even when we talking about hazing cases, so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing. There are definitely a lot of organizations that are not D9 organizations that have done a lot of horrible things, but they do not get the same light as our organizations do. So no, I don't disagree with that at all. But moving forward, though, as we are continuing our conversation with TSU, let's look at this.
Bro, where's going?
She got a bone.
Hey everybody, it's your good old buddy, Dr. Matthews. Let me give everybody an update. So I just had someone reach out to me and my team today in regards to Texas Southern University. There's some more stuff that's going on. It's dealing with the former band director who currently has a lawsuit against Texas Southern University. And It's dealing with this man who currently works for one of the Houston news stations, and he's a cameraman. And it was brought to our attention, allegedly, him and that band director have a gay relationship, and the wife found out about it, and the wife found out that he's been giving monies to this band director, allegedly. And then also it's been allegedly more victims that supposedly, allegedly, the university has covered up. So it's going to be some receipts that's going to be sent to my team. So stay tuned as this investigation unfolds.
So, again, another one that I was going to talk about on the LBR, but I saw it and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Portia, what are you thinking? It seems like you got a lot on your mind right now.
I'm gonna just say this, and y'all can feel how y'all want to about this. I hate a bonnet in public. Headscarf, slippers, pajamas. It's certain things that should never leave your house. I hate that. I hate that. So I was a little distracted at first about a bonnet and them. Anyway, so is she saying a former band director
Yeah, she's saying
had
a former band director. Yeah.
with a cameraman, but one of them got a wife?
I think the cameraman is the one that got the wife.
Right.
Okay, so the cameraman wife don't know that he like men.
Pussy.
Okay, and then there's some students involved too that was also messing with one of them or both of them or something like that.
So I'm gonna go pull up the original post, but I think if I heard it correctly, then she's saying that the original lawsuit that was out, there are more students that are involved than the original lawsuit stated. If I'm saying that correctly.
The lawsuit stated what? That the band director was involved with students?
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
So I'll read the post that was posted. It says, and it's talking about, well, it's coming from the woman with the bonnet, by the way. Okay. It says, we just received a tip involving serious allegations connected to Texas Southern University. According to the information provided, the former TSU band director, who currently has an active lawsuit filed against the university, is alleged to have had an inappropriate relationship with a married man whose wife came forward with the claims. This woman, who remains anonymous at this time, alleges she discovered funds being sent to the former band director, and further claims that her husband, a current photojournalist working for a major television news station, was involved in the affair. Additionally, the tip alleges that other TSU students may have been sexualized by this former band director as well. These allegations, if proven true, raise significant concerns about the abusive power of possible ethical violations within the institution. It does have a disclaimer that these allegations received via a tip have not been independently verified. All individuals are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. So there you go. That's the whole full story.
I'm not trying to be funny, but why we care about two grown people? I'm saying the former band director and this cameraman.
I agree with that.
Why we care about that? That's the wife problem. She needs to be worried about that, very. But the rest of us, why we care? Now, I do think that though in college, these are adults, you have to be very mindful. And I don't know whether he did this stuff or not. I don't know who they talking about or whatever. But putting yourself in positions of power, you have to be very careful about crossing those lines. You cannot do that, because at any point that they feel like they're not satisfied with this, you force them into something. So I don't think people in positions of power, and we see it a lot of times, this go left. But I don't know why we care about her cameraman husband liking another man. I don't care at all. I do think it's inappropriate for people who are in positions of power, teachers, band directors, coaches, whoever, to start inappropriate relationships with students. Like, she initially used the word inappropriate. I mean, it might be inappropriate to that wife because you didn't know that he liked that, but otherwise, this is two people choosing to do whatever they doing together.
To hunch on each other.
That. But I do think we see it way too often. Band directors, teachers, whoever, getting too close to these students, and then I say it all the time, and anybody who's around the Legion at any point, they'll tell you. I'll tell them I don't do Tonka toys, I don't do Fisher Price, I don't do none of that, because you broke and I can't bet it all on you. I don't believe in that. I don't think that's right. It's inappropriate, but I don't know why you would jeopardize your entire career, education, everything you work for somebody who's still trying to figure it out. But I don't care about the cameraman and him. That's two grown people doing whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. That part, I mean, I absolutely agree. I mean, that's between.
She said that like it was breaking news.
Right. That's between that man, his wife, and the whatever money. I don't even really understand why the money transaction was a thing. Like, if that man want to send that man money, that's on him.
I think the wife is mad because he was taking money out of y'all household to give.
I would say that.
But that's all the wife's problem. I don't know why the rest of us care about that, but Quan, go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, now, as far as that other part, that's a completely different conversation.
Yeah, I think the students, that's never okay. I don't care how you slice that.
And let's be very clear. 18, 19, 20, 21, as long as they are a student, it's a problem.
Yeah, I don't care. 40, if they're your student and you're in a position to alter the trajectory of their education, their grade, because a lot of times band is a class, it's not okay.
Absolutely. Quan, what's your thoughts, bro? It looks like your head is spinning.
I mean, I just feel like this, bro. Like y'all said, them two grown people did what it is. I just feel like, bro, there's such a better way for us to do right by accusations instead of glorifying ghetto news and the way we deliver it. Now, let me say this. This lady that has spoke on this, I've seen her and I've seen her do some like really great work as like a activist in the city of Houston. I've seen her what she's done in Waller. I've seen what she's done in Port Arthur. I've seen what she's done in Prairie View. So I'm not gonna fat mouth this woman like in a negative way. But it's a way that you go about things once you have factual information. Because the former band director of Texas Southern, first of all, is not in the best place right now. And if you're in the band world, you know what we're talking about. I'm not gonna go in detail about it. I agree. Because I'm gonna respect him for what he's going through. But I'm like, damn, bro.
And then you said all that and then said these people are innocent until proven guilty. But you should have, I don't know, you put all that out there first. And to me, what two adults with no power dynamic that can be used against either one do, we don't care about. So I didn't even understand why she led with, oh, he works at the new. Why we care? That's his wife's problem.
Yeah, it was kind of set up like this is breaking news, right? Like,
yeah, and I was like, wow. There are people who have extramarital relationships with people of the same sex, opposite sex every day of the week. I don't think it's right, but I don't know why she led with that, and I don't know why we care. I'm sorry to the wife, but
not to mention, I guess for me it would be different if the conversation would have been current.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right. Because I wanted to say, that's why when she was like former band director, I mean, she led with like TSU at the beginning. Like,
right. Because TSU, the university itself, the band program itself, none of them is really involved.
No, all of this is different people at this point. So,
right.
I don't know.
I just, man, sometimes
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm in Houston. And if you've been in Houston the last 10 years, you know what you know who they're talking about, you know what they're talking about, you know, like it's like you know. And I just feel like I'm not put like this. All of this is accusations, and we have no factual evidence of anything. Correct. Like we ain't got no transcripts, we ain't got no interviews, we don't have no nothing.
And that's what she said though, Quan. She said it's gonna be receipts. If it's receipts about them two people with no power dynamic, who cares?
Yeah, and even from the point of view, I'll say this: like when it got to the point there was like money was sent. Was it money like from the band account? Like,
but it can't be money from a band account because of the fact that
it was the husband who sent it.
Right, it was the husband who sent it.
I'm just saying, like, so a lot of it is what
that wife mad because she found out her husband like what she like. That's what this is about. And he took y'all money and sent it to this band director.
Right, but
not even a band director. He's former band director.
Former.
But because like this is a show that's dealing with like band and music ed, I'm gonna just stick to that route, bro. Like, I just feel like it's almost like you hitting the dude when he down. So I can't, and because I know
you don't care about that. You know they don't care about that. We talk about it all the time. That the internet and this social media stuff has made people desensitized to everything. She don't care about that. Did she seem like she care about any of that?
Like I said earlier, people got to be the first one to break the news, regardless of what it is. To her, that's newsworthy. It's newsworthy that the cameraman at a news station is messing around with another man that's a former band director at a university.
I'm sorry, how many of y'all know the name of the cameraman at your news station?
Right.
Like, come on!
Like that's the top dog at the news station, right? Like we checking as the credits roll to make sure who the cameramen are.
Like if she name him, we're gonna be like, ooh, no, I don't know.
Roll the camera, Mr. DeMille.
Right? Like what do we? I don't know. I just think that's strange. The way she had approached it, the bonnet threw me off, but then the rest of it, like.
Quan, you said you seen her multiple. Does she always have a bonnet on? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just asking. Okay,
for her, she usually be having like a cowboy hat on.
Got you. I didn't know if that was part of her shtick or not. Was the bonnet?
No. Okay. Like honestly, like she apparently like she's a very intelligent woman. Like I'm not gonna talk bad about her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say nothing bad about the lady. Like she's a very intelligent woman. I believe she's a political figure and activist, you know, like that does things in the community. But I think as I'm getting older and with social media, like y'all use the word desensitized, but I just feel like we're losing humanity. I agree. It's almost like, bro, if people really knew and I'm not gonna say this on the show what the former band director is endeavoring through, but what I am saying is to kick him like when he down. Because my thing is this: if you're gonna show the receipt, show them, but let it be about the student. Let it be.
Yeah,
Let
because I
it.
don't care nothing about them two grown people. Keep it.
Right.
Please.
Yeah, let it be about the effects of the student
Right.
at that
That we
particular
should
time.
care about. Making
Or
sure that students or people under our tutelage or instruction are not victimized. I completely,
or
hope that we're pursuing that or that we honor that. But
right,
two
or
grown people choosing, go ahead, Quan. I'm sorry.
no, you fine. So, are either like from the point of view of if the university swept it under the rug, they should be held accountable. Like,
Agreed.
do it to where these institutions are getting better. But see, this is what I'm starting. Oh yeah, safer. But this is what I'm realizing as I'm moving up in this world and just seeing things, because we all are going to that level. Nobody hand is clean. That's what I'm starting to realize. Ain't nobody hand clean. So, like, I know we've been clowning about for years. Let's be honest. We had a whole animated cartoon about R. Kelly, right? For years. But all of a sudden he's the one that goes to jail. But you got parents involved. You got record executives involved. You got people that work in the studios involved. Nobody hand is clean.
No, because let me tell you this. I want to say this, and I've said this to a couple of different people. Depending on your age, and he can't read, he is illiterate, that's been come out. Back in the day, to book a plane ticket was like solving a nuclear equation. Like, it was a lot. The process was a lot. You had to do a lot. So if he was doing this before the age of the internet, people was helping him. People was helping him because he couldn't do it by himself.
But not just that part. It's the fact of, look at this Diddy situation, right? People connecting people, calling people, having rendezvous with people, involving other people. Nobody hand is clean. But when it comes down to it, like the day of reckoning, it's like, nah, I didn't do nothing. When in regards to going back to this particular situation, make it about the victim. Don't make it about you. Don't make it about money. Don't make it about clicks and likes. Don't make it about none of that stuff. Make it about those kids. But the reason why a lot of people try to sweep it under the rug, because they hand dirty too. And protecting the brand and shield is more important. So I don't know, bro. We got enough shit. Excuse me. You might want to beat me. There's this. It's just. I'm in letters today. Let me, do better. But it's enough stuff. It's enough stuff that we got to worry about.
Very good. Proud
See?
of you.
Yeah.
It's so much, bro.
I don't think that hit how she thought it was gonna hit. At least not.
I mean, yeah, I'm about to say. I would say in the perspective that we look at it, I don't think it did, right? But I think it's gonna hit the way that she expected it to hit in other spaces. Mm-hmm. Other spaces who are looking for the tea. Oh, I can't stand using that term, by the way. Other spaces that are I just can't. But other spaces, huh? Yeah.
Other marching band spaces?
I'm not even just saying other marching band spaces. I'm saying people who don't really understand marching band too. If they hear, because they're not going to hear former director. What they're going to hear is director. These are the key words: director, band, TSU, money, wife.
Yeah.
That's all they're going to hear. All the other nuance in there, all the other keywords that actually matter aren't going to matter to them. The average person are going to hear those 5 things and say, "Oh, this is scandal."
Hey, speaking of it, watch this. You know, I just opened my phone, Facebook, click. Guess what's the first thing that pop open?
Your profile page. Oh, Smiths.
Jeez. Okay.
Told you it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit like she expected it to hit. So yeah. All right. We moving on to the last thing here. And this one, I don't know if we gonna
Well,
go ahead, bro.
hold on, but one of the things that says disclaimer: these allegations received via a tip have not been independently verified.
Yeah, I
All
read
Yeah,
individuals are
it said
presumed
that.
innocent. It's like, come on, bro. And so then now, you know, people they take it, they run with it. Say, bro, can I say this?
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
How about to say who's stopping you?
Give me 2 minutes to vent, bro. As a
Go
people,
ahead.
dog, like I'm starting to grieve for us. It's like there's so much going on in the city of Houston. There's so much going on in the state of Texas. There's so much going on in this country, in this world that we could be focused on rearing the future because we all have an expiration date to be focused on that we are distracting ourselves with pleasures and but you gotta buzz me, bro. I gotta say this. Buzz me, dog. Buzz me.
No.
Oh,
Just you got letters on, brother.
yeah. Don't just say it a different way.
Like we being like I'm just saying, bro. Is this what stuff?
You still got the letters on. That doesn't change.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Is just we are surrounded by things that doesn't matter. Like we're enamored with things that don't. It doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that this situation doesn't matter if there's actual victims, but find out the truth and then expose it, and then expose the people that swept it under the rug. But in the next few years, bro, we don't even know where education is going to be. There's
Child.
institutions that doors may be closed permanently for that was spaces and places for people that look like us, that look like Portia, that look like Luke, that were created, that has our history and tradition of upper echelon that is beyond slavery. Like this is exhausting. It really is. It's
Definitely
exhausting.
that.
I agree.
It's exhausting at the fact that it's exhausting at the fact that we talk about the argument of mass ban, all-star ban when it should be about kids. It's exhausting that we crap on one institution to uplift another one. It's exhausting. It to be an educated black person right now in this world is almost like you're a stranger in your land because some people in my hood feel like I'm uppity. And then when I go to the other folks, they still look down on me because I'm a person of color. So where do I belong? Because once I learn better, I cannot go back and do the same things as I used to. This crap is exhausting.
Very good.
It really is, bro. Like I'm just saying, bro. Help Texas Southern. Help them. Help Prairie View. Help Southern. Help them. Help them, y'all. Like it's we
So,
focus.
Bro, so
We,
you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything that I don't disagree. I mean, I think we all absolutely agree with what you said, and I think that at one point or another, we've all said the same thing a different way. But we've also followed with this, and this is the unfortunate truth. The negative is more exciting and appealing than the positive.
yeah.
like, man,
We enjoy the glorification of the negativity that happens with us. It is more exciting. It garners more views. It gets more people. You know, one of the things, and I know this is off topic, but it's still kind of on topic. One of the things that disgusts me, absolutely disgusts me, is the number of false skits that happen every day on social media, on TikTok and Instagram. People make up stories, fake relationship problems. Like I seen a chick today that had a filter on with her eyes swollen, talking about, I'd rather follow the money and get beat up than to be broke with some dude. Black girl.
Do what now?
She had a, so you know how you can put the filters on social media, right? She had a filter on that had both eyes swollen. And she's on the TikTok joint talking about, I had a choice to go with this guy and he got money, and I'd rather be with a man that got good money that'll put me through this than to be broke with a nice guy.
Some people feel like that.
But that's the problem. The problem is that the fact that you have people who are online creating narratives to perpetuate the stereotype to get people to believe and to get into this thought process just to create content.
Yeah, they're doing anything.
Anything.
People are doing anything for
anything.
Clicks.
But we glorify the most negative parts and things about us, and the things that are positive, we sweep it. We push it to the side. We say you ain't black enough. You lost your black card. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Okay, so speaking of losing black cards.
Hey, I don't know if I need to keep mine. If me being black means that I gotta perpetuate certain stereotypes, I'm good.
Hey, can I say this?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Portia was talking about black cards.
My bad. No,
go ahead.
My thing is this. I believe in Jesus with my whole heart. So when I see him, just in case, if we ever got to come back, I don't know if I want to be black. I think I did my time. I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking.
I don't know if you were joking.
I'm joking. But I'm just saying, like, seriously though, y'all, we got to do better.
You heard what I said.
So, since we're speaking of this situation, I have very strong feelings about this. How do y'all feel about the whole RG3 versus Ryan Clark situation?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not well versed on it. Hold on, let me go find out.
He's exhausting.
Who's exhausting?
RG3.
Okay.
He's exhausting. Because I'm gonna tell you why. There's a certain experience as black people we experience. Now, let me say this and let me be clear. All white people are not bad.
Nope. And I agree.
All white people are not bad.
I agree.
I know some people that are white that have been more kind to me, more sincere, more patient, more empathetic, more sympathetic, more loving than my own people.
Yep.
Let me be clear. Have extended grace with me on several different occasions. Have prayed with me. That's why I don't believe. I'm gonna say this. That's why I don't believe. Like many people be like, well, this group of people gonna get into heaven and this group not. I don't think God that petty.
No.
But what I do believe is, at the end of the day, there's certain experiences that RG3 will never have to experience again.
Yeah.
Because he was a world-class athlete.
Yeah.
And who he married.
Yeah.
And number 3, he attended Baylor.
Yeah.
Please understand that area, and then who you marry and what you look like and where you stay. You have to look at the demographics.
I think for
Is
me,
this based on the
I
Angel Reese joint before we go further?
Yes.
yes,
Okay, yeah,
yes.
I didn't know about that. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
So I think for me, he came back and he was really defensive, like wives and children were off limits. The minute you let her sit in the back of the podcast and clap and shake her head and nod, you brought her in it. You brought her in it. And to include her in something where you're not giving, he said it was a sports opinion, not giving a sports opinion. Whether or not you feel like she hates Caitlin Clark or not is not a sports opinion. It has nothing, you haven't had a conversation with her. It has nothing to do with stats. It has nothing to do with any of that. That was your opinion. But you got fried because you had her in the background amening and clapping and nodding her head as you gave a very controversial opinion about a Black woman.
But here's the crazy thing about that too. It didn't stop until Caitlin Clark was like, Angel Reese basically is a good person. That was this type of like, it wasn't even like that serious.
Right.
And that's why I do believe that people still shake and dance for certain people.
Absolutely. And then I don't think Ryan Clark said anything crazy. He did, first of all, he didn't say anything negative about your wife. He said he's met her. She's a nice lady and he thought she was smart. What he said was that you can't identify with the plight of Angel Reese because you didn't marry a Black woman. You're not having these conversations. You're not understanding where we are. And more than likely he's not.
So let's keep it 1,000. Caitlin Clark is why people look at the WNBA.
Absolutely.
In the last few years, let's keep it 1,000.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Since the comments, I ain't
never.
Like
I ain't sniffed no parts of the WNBA until I didn't care. No, hey, you are not lying. You are not lying.
I ain't studying about the NBA. My favorite players of all time is always going to be Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Kim Perrott.
Lisa Leslie. You got to throw Lisa Leslie in there.
Lisa Leslie, Kim Lobo. Was it Kim Lobos?
Was it Linda Lobo?
Something. I thought one of them.
Yeah.
Chamika Holesclaw. Outside of them,
I started watching WNBA after that.
What's the one from UConn? Diana Taurasi. It's only like a select few, right? What's the girl that she played for the Sparks too? She went to Tennessee too. I'm looking at her face, but she ended up dunking. But
I used to watch it before that. I'm gonna be honest, but to me, it just was a little bit too much. And then you try to play victim. I want him fired from ESPN. Why?
But why?
But why? Yeah.
Why?
He said coming after wives and children is off limits.
What it is what you say, kind of like what we saying about everybody else. What you said didn't hit. That's the thing. Like, people think because you say something and your intent to be funny, when it don't hit, and people be like, I'll slap you. Nah, that wasn't my intent. Nah, it was your intent. It just was a joke that wasn't funny.
Yeah. And that be the problem. That everybody. And to me, when you put things in this space, like, people don't always agree with us. People make comments under our videos that I don't necessarily agree with. But when you decide to do something like this, there are going to be adverse opinions.
Correct.
All Ryan Clark did was come in and give another opinion about what you said, which is janking back.
I say this. I think I said this either last episode. No, I said it on the LBR one time. Listen, this goes for any and everybody. If you decide to pop your camera and put your face on this thing and you offer an opinion, whether it is a true opinion backed by facts or data, whatever, you have put it out for the world to see and make their own opinions about what you said.
Yeah.
So you don't need to all of a sudden get soft and have this soft skin. If you're going to do it, you got to know that you got to have tough skin. I have seen people comment under this joint that has said some stuff about me and it is what it is. I don't care. I look at it, I either laugh at it or I comment on it, and I'll move on.
Right.
And honestly, I agree with you, Portia. I don't think that he said anything that was left field about his wife. I actually think that he gave an opinion about what he felt about you because of the race of your wife.
And the relationships you've chosen to have.
And that's it. That's not about your wife specifically. To me,
No.
that's more of a personal attack on you, not your wife.
Right.
But everybody, and what he was saying was, you always speak about the skin tone of your wife. You always bring up the fact. Watch you just like it's almost like
he's trying to legitimize himself through her skin color.
Right.
But here's the thing: all he has dated was white women.
Yep.
That's all he's dated. And but I wanted to say this. Here's the truth: since Angel Reese did this to Caitlin Clark, she's been a target.
Yeah. Yep.
Bottom line,
that's all she's been saying.
She and even Caitlin Clark said that.
Yes.
She's a hood chick that transferred from Maryland to LSU, got a ring, is outspoken, and they don't like that. The truth is, can she improve and will she improve? Absolutely. I do believe so. However, Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA. We watch it because of Caitlin Clark. Even though I forgot her name, that she plays for the Las Vegas Aces.
Asia
Wilson.
Like,
Asia Wilson. She's the best player.
She's the best player.
But people watch for Caitlin.
For Caitlin, by far.
And I mean, and it just is what it is. And I think, honestly, Caitlin and Angel Reese possibly are really good friends behind the scene. But what sells? Entertainment. You gotta put they're the female version, real talk, of Magic Johnson
and Larry Bird. That the reason why the NBA took off was because of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Right now, the reason why the WNBA is garnering views is because of Caitlin Clark. And whenever those two face each other, whenever those two are even in sometimes they don't even got to face each other. Sometimes it could just be they playing two different games, and then somebody gonna ask Caitlin Clark about Angel Reese or the vice versa. That's just what it is at this point. I don't know how we got on WNBA, but yeah, still.
Well, I was asking about.
You asked about it.
Yeah. That situation.
Good. It's all good. All right, let's run on to the last topic because we went so left field. Yeah, you got to go use the restroom. I got you.
No. I gotta go out to school. It's 9.
Let's look at this. This came up. Yeah, you knew I was gonna bring it up. You knew it. You knew it was coming.
I'm down about
you knew it was coming. You say what?
I'm down about to close this computer.
No, you're not. So I saw this pop up, man. And so first of all, I definitely want to first say that I have a lot of respect for Tez Mack, Brother Williams. I do. Congratulations on his new degree. So I definitely want to give him his flowers, the stuff that he's done in Dallas. With his I don't want to call it an all-star band, but his camp that he does here.
Yes, mass clinic.
Yeah, so I really do want to give him his flowers for that. But I saw this pop up, and matter of fact, I saw it pop up, and then it was sent to me and Quan, and we had to have a discussion about it. We had to talk about it. So we're gonna talk about it very quickly. This is a comparison between traditional Showstyle band and Corp style. So the first thing off the rip that I saw that I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. It is not Corp, C-O-R-P. It is Core, C-O-R-P-S. So that alone threw me off. Anyway, so I wanted to clarify that off top first. But let's talk about it. It says the factors of core style. The emphasis: precision, artistic design, intricate formations. Marching, lower to the ground with a focus on weaving and complex patterns. And they use the example of Ole Miss, Louisiana State University, etc. Then it further goes down to say core style prioritizes intricate formations, precise movement, and a focus on artistic design, often with a more minimalist approach to visual elements. Okay. Portia, this is your first time seeing this, right?
Yes.
Give your thoughts. Because
No.
Come on, Portia. We can't do this. We can't.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm not gonna get my
I'm about
thoughts.
I'm about to say you can't say unscripted. And now you want to be quiet.
No, my thoughts is no. Like, so are you saying these things, this versus? So these things are mutually exclusive. You can't half step and focus on weaving and complex patterns. Is that what this is saying?
Well, we hadn't even gotten to the traditional style marching yet. This is just specific to core style. Traditional style is going to be next.
I don't agree with this. I don't.
So
to me, the biggest part of this blaring to me is the focus on artistic design, often with more minimalist approach to visual elements.
That
is a complete
off.
That stood out to me like it's blaring. What are you talking about? The DCI circuit is all about grandeur and show, and yes.
Listen, I'm
at a loss. I'm at a loss. I don't agree. Okay.
So I would go even further, right? Marching lower to the ground with a focus on weaving and complex patterns. Marching, so all marching from core style bands is lower to the ground.
Is lower to the ground.
Traditional style marching.
Are these things mutually exclusive? Are we saying that only core style does this stuff, or they can't do any? This is so.
Traditional style marching came from core style.
Exactly. But
there are bands now. There are still core bands now, even university band programs who still high step. Absolutely. What are we talking about?
Yeah. I
hope that's water, Quan.
He at the schoolhouse.
Right.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Quan, any thoughts, bro? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I got several thoughts, but it's almost like I guess this is hard for me because Will is my dog. Like,
yeah,
Dr. Allen. Let me say, Dr. Will Allen. Congratulations again. I need to text him and tell him congratulations.
All hell, by the way. All hell, by the way.
Yeah, all hell. But I gotta tell him, like, we gotta do better with research when we say things because we are educated people. The reality of it, like Portia said, if you speak about the history of core style, Southern University, that ain't nothing but University of Michigan, University. You know, if you look at the Ohio States, the different. If you look at Purdue, that is a spitting image of Grambling. If you look at the beginning aspects of FAMU, that was more of your Midwest band programs until they started to put their own zing on things. What's frustrating about this core style of what we know today is not the core style of the past. You have more old heads, like them real old school, like Blue Stars and Generals and like all of those people. They don't even like the circuit now because it has become more theatrical. They're the ones that's like, nah, we
need to go back to old school. Yeah.
Of just
all the time.
And so like when you say uh and complex patterns. Okay, cool, but when you really boil it down to, there's different styles of core style.
Correct.
Modified bent leg,
Yep.
straight leg. Like it's so much more to it. And so that's why, like, honestly, in my opinion, if I would have published this, I would have consulted the people in that core style and then published it or showed examples of it.
What's the goal of this?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, we just saw it posted. We just saw it
Okay.
posted. It went up, and so it was something that when I saw it, I was like, what? And then I seen it in a couple of other areas. Let's jump to the other one.
I don't know if I won't see it.
Showstyle. I don't necessarily. I go with Showstyle, traditional style, but
Spectacle
emphasis:
is great.
entertainment, spectacle, visual appeal, marching, high steps, and a focus on visual impact. Example: HBCU marching bands, Jackson State University, Southern University, etc. So Showstyle, often associated with HBCU bands, focuses on high steps, elaborate choreography, and visual elements like dancers and color guard, aiming for a more theatrical and energetic experience. So before y'all start going, I would argue that core style is more programmatic and theatrical, far more programmatic and theatrical than traditional star marching band. That's the only part I'm gonna say something about. So y'all can go the rest. I'm gonna talk about that one little piece. There's more in there that I can talk about.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like that wasn't accurate. I don't know what we're talking about here. Spectacle. The use of the word spectacle is crazy. And I've said it before. All HBCUs ain't high stepping. I call it stand bands and walking bands. And let me tell you something. The majority of the bands ain't really marching out here. So let's be clear. And then you say stuff like Showstyle, often associated HBCU bands, focus on high step, elaborate choreography, and visual elements. So what do you consider with the Ohio States and the Michigans and everybody else? What do you consider that? That because it's not us doing it, is
USC.
Right. Like I don't understand. Like some of the
was it Eastern Carolina?
University
who's won a Sutler Award. Have y'all heard them before?
University
I'm just confused. And that's why I was asking, are these things mutually exclusive? Like you got to be one or the other, because there's a lot of overlap. And
I would even argue this, right? I'm looking at entertainment and visual appeal. By whose standards?
Yeah.
Because I can argue that there are a lot of times when visually
we are lacking.
Correct. And there are a lot of times visually I would prefer to see drum corps than traditional style marching band.
I agree.
Entertainment value, I can find entertainment on both sides. So
I agree.
By whose margin are we saying?
High step is crazy, because I mean, if we pulled up 5 college bands right now, I don't know how much of that we would see.
Well, I don't know if we want to try to see, because I think, Portia, you splitting hairs, because it didn't say 90-degree angles. It just says high step. 45 and 35 may count as a high step to some band programs. The foot comes off the ground.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Saying. And then I just thought about it. Yeah, I agree with you, Portia, because we roll step at Norfolk.
That's why I was saying, like, what are we talking? I don't know.
That just literally popped into my head.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, what are we talking about? Like, can you not do one without the other? Because we do both. So what are you talking about? Like, I think all of this overlaps in some way, and there's a lot of, I don't know what the goal of this was, but I think it may have missed the mark.
I don't want to be that guy, right? But I guess I'm gonna be that guy. I'm just gonna say it, and I'll put it out there. What elaborate choreography are we doing in traditional style marching band that I'm missing?
He must be referring to the dances and the color guard or something. I don't know. Not he can't be referring to the marching band as a whole.
I mean, let me make sure I'm looking at this right, and because I want to be fair. Focuses on high steps, elaborate. It just says elaborate choreography. So I'm assuming that they're talking about elaborate choreography as a whole. And if we're talking about elaborate choreography as a whole, what is traditional style marching band doing for elaborate choreography in comparison from left to right? If we talk about HBCU bands, mass band, whatever group we want to put this in, what elaborate choreography are we talking about here?
No.
16, 16, 32? Is that what we're talking about?
I don't know.
That's elaborate?
Chuck said TikTok dances.
Okay.
I would
argue that teaching to the dot is a lot more elaborate, depending on the way that the drill is done.
So can I say this, bro?
Go ahead.
So here's my thing. I don't want to compare apples to oranges, and
because that's basically what this is,
right? And then I don't want, in all fairness, I don't want also to be like we don't have HBCU bands that's not doing things at a high level either. But
no.
What I just feel like,
which I don't think is the argument, but I agree.
But what I'm saying is, I just feel like those articles were basically misinformed. Like I say, I love Will, so this is not.
It's not a bash on him. That's why I started it the way that I started it.
But I honestly, both of that is just misinformed, because if you really just look at the history of it, of marching band, here's the truth. When it comes to this style of things, we was given and then we made our own. That's what we've been doing. They gave us a pig. We made great gourmet meals. The reality of it is, marching band started marching up and down the field for entertainment with marches. We took those same traditions, Purple Carnival, Rolling Thunder, Barnum and Bailey. We made them hot songs. Now the reality of it is, when you speak about core style, you cannot speak about core style and then don't look at how North Carolina A&T is what they're doing now. So you can't say that. You can't say that as Black people, we the ones that brought rifles out first, because we didn't. Like, what I'm saying is, we took things and then created our own spin, and I put our own sauce on it. Dr. William P. Foster, in his documentary, said, I think it was the 70s, they was like, that's when they started the first dance routine. He was like, he was afraid. But then look what he did. That risk turned into what we know today as HBCU style bands. All I'm saying is, bro, Corp style, Corp style, as well as traditional style, overlaps. Both of them have choreography now. Our dance routine, for the most part, is just in block band. Their dance routine may be a jazz run. They may have props. We don't. And maybe we don't have props, maybe because everybody can't afford them. But I don't think the world is ready for them either. When you speak about, I'm just saying.
No, the reason in my brain, I'm just thinking debatable. I don't even know if we say the world is ready for them. I feel like it's more of a weird. Some people are just not willing to take the risk.
Nah, right. Or break from tradition in that way.
Right.
And so my thing is, at the end of the day, bro, like I just feel like it's a marching art.
Yep.
Bottom line.
That's it.
I agree.
You may like Chipotle. They may have another place down the street that serves.
I like Moe's.
It's a
Okay,
spot
so
here called Choloso's that is off the chain.
so that's all I'm saying. You may like Double Good, somebody else may like Paparazzi, Jay like
Right.
that popcorn store down the
Popcorn
street.
Papa down here is smashing all them joints. I'm just letting you know.
That's that like that's it's banned. But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. We have to sometimes know before we speak what it is. I cannot speak about the culture of Norfolk because I've never attended Norfolk. I only can live through the traditions of Norfolk through y'all two, my extended family, or my real family, not even extended. That's it. But I can't walk into y'all band hall and be like, yeah, this is how the Legion was. And nah, that's not my lane. But I think sometimes, even for like Luke and I, when we was teaching drum corps, we were students. We wasn't telling them people what it was. We were students. But I know this much though. A concert F here
It's a concert F.
is a concert F. That's the only difference. You may add some bite on it, which that's a term that I heard a band director say this week. You may have some bite on it here. You may play more legato, but a concert F is a concert F. A A440 is a A440. And I think sometimes we get into these debates about honestly what you know to show what you know instead of the truth is I'm really uncomfortable and I really don't know much about core style, but I'm willing to learn it because at the end of the day, it's a marching art.
That's it.
And
So,
I don't disagree with you. I think that we get into these when we don't know, we build this separatist idea, right?
And I don't think it's too much overlap. I'm telling you right now. I told y'all. I think I said told y'all we're gonna have a training with a core style coach for band camp, so we can learn some of that, incorporate some of that. I don't. I don't know. It's not separate. It's all color guard. It's all band. And at the end of the day, it's all marching band. At the end of the day, I don't know.
Well, there it is. Sorry about that. There it is, and there you all have it. We have gotten to the end of the show, and it didn't take us 2 hours. Congratulations, and we can get Quan out of the building before they lock him up. But you lock it up, right?
I don't want to lock it up, but yeah.
Well, we went over a lot of stuff today, man. I can definitely say that I hope y'all got something out of this, man. Again, I definitely want to echo the sentiments of Quan, and like I said, when I started that, I have a lot of respect for Will. I remember when me and him started an HISD together, and to see where he is right now is nothing but commendable. So I definitely want to be able to say that off jump. So before we get out of here, we're gonna do it like we always do it. Portia, any final thoughts? Anything you got for the culture?
Stay healthy, whatever
I
that
thought I was
means.
muted. I didn't hear nothing from
No,
you. I thought I was
I
muted.
was
Okay,
trying
good.
to think of how to say it. Stay
Okay.
healthy. Take care of yourself. It's a lot going on. The news is crazy. The government is crazy. Life is kind of all over the place right now. So just take a chance to take care of yourself, whatever that means. Self-care, taking a step back, whatever that means. You got to take care of you, and you can't pour from an empty cup.
Okay. All right. Quan, any final thoughts? Anything you got for the culture, brother?
I've completed through God's grace. I've completed year 6 here at Worthing, and this year, I must say, I know that God is elevating me, and I don't know where I'm about to go. So I just pray that He guides my path as I go. I've learned so much this year about trust with people. And as God continues to elevate me, I've also realized that God also places you in a season where you need to be quiet. And knowing when to speak is just as important as knowing when to be quiet. Certain things, when God gives you the vision, it is not for everybody else. Um, yeah. So I thank God that it was year 6. I thank God for the new relationships that I've built. I thank God for, and I'm gonna say this. I thank God for allowing me to accomplish something that I waited 17 years for, and becoming a member of Kappa Kappa Psi. And I'm gonna say this: there's many people that did not want me to be in, but God still made a way.
I did.
Um,
I did.
you
I
did.
did. I
So
don't
I
care.
didn't want.
Listen, listen. I did. So whoever didn't, y'all call me. I did. I helped
Yeah.
write. I wrote one of his letters. So there we go. I'm gonna just put it out there. So if there's an issue, we can talk about it, and we can talk about it on the Shield. Because I can talk to you all day about the Shield. We can talk about it. So
Yeah.
I did because you deserved it.
I did.
Period.
No, I did. I ain't gonna lie, I did. I've been building better bands, but God gave it to me when I could handle it. And I say that. But He's teaching me. He's teaching me constantly. And I thank God for it. I thank God that people don't know, and I'm gonna say this on the show. It's been years that I was like, man, like we could wear finally like all Kappa Kappa Psi stuff. Or all the bond stuff. I'm learning a new term, so excuse me. Like we could wear one day the conversations where I was having with Luke behind scenes for almost 10 plus years. When we met at IO Texas? 14, 15. Yeah. So all those times, and he was like, didn't know me, but like was like, you got to get around. I don't know how you gonna get and learning. You feel me? But I thank God that I'm in, and I thank God that I don't have to just like wear the shirt, but I live the precepts. So he's taught me a lot. I'm looking forward to year 7, and I know bigger things are on this way. So just stay tuned, and don't forget to like, add, and subscribe to the Passionates Network.
You went there in 19?
Where?
Worthing.
Yeah.
That's the same time. That's the same year I started coaching.
Yeah, 19. And I had 8 students, all drummers. And I'm glad to say that this year we graduated 12 students, and 10 are going to college and being in the marching band.
That is awesome.
So, just to put it out there, I'm gonna brag just a little bit. Out of since 2020, because that's my first full year, since 2020, we've grossed over $3.4 million in scholarships. So if that ain't building better bands, then I don't know what is there.
And I just want to reiterate again that he started in 1919.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah, man. You gotta sneak it in. Hey, but what I will say is you said something earlier about Portia that I gotta debunk very quickly. But it was no. Let me just get it out. It was for good reason. You said that you appreciate Portia because when she say something, she stand on it, right? Mm-hmm. She ain't stand on getting that shirt though, because behind clothes, she didn't have that shirt on, and we was like, "Yo, come on, Portia, we both wear ITB gear."
Quan's moment.
I know, but you said you weren't going to do it, and you ain't stand on it. But we understand because you got to do it for the family. You got to do
it. It's love.
No, I didn't say it was wrong. I'm just saying.
That's strike 2. That's strike 2.
What I do?
I know he's trying to call me.
I didn't know. I wasn't trying to call you. I was just trying to say that she will sacrifice for the right reason. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's all
real.
I'm saying.
Like,
And
hey,
so
I'm thankful for it. Real talk. People don't know, man.
And so, with everything that Quan said, I also want to make sure that we talk about this. Once again, he's having his band enrichment camp. He's going to have a week session, 3-day session, week session with
So it started Monday.
There we go.
It started Monday. It's going to conclude Friday here at Worthing. We're going to just play a few tunes, like nothing special. Like we possibly going to even have our music stand, but it's the point of coming together, learning from other band directors, allowing these kids to sit next to each other, grow, and honestly show that, hey, I can improve on this and we can do this. Mm-hmm. And so, it is what it is. We did something amongst band directors to have continue cultivate this band culture in Houston.
That's awesome.
And we'll leave it at that.
And all the bands that are going to be involved, obviously, is going to be Worthing, it's going to be Austin, Westbury, and Sterling. Man, Sterling, I ain't heard the name Sterling in a long time. But the culmination of it is going to be June 6th. It's going to be at Worthing High School. Doors open at 6:30. Remember, the downbeat is at 7 o'clock. You see it right there on the screen, $10 entry fee. And all the proceeds are going to not Worthing High School, but is actually going to be going and serving those people who don't necessarily get the recognition like one of his, like his drum instructor. Very good dude, by the way. Heck of a percussion and heck of a leader. Go ahead, brother.
But it's not just my percussion; it's everybody.
Correct.
Who's volunteer for every program, not just mine.
Correct.
But every volunteer. It's some people that real talk be an elementary teacher, but they teach flute at another school. And like, how come we can't bless them people? That's all I'm saying. So that's the goal.
So there you go. It is happening again. Band enrichment camp. The culmination is going to be on June 6th. Y'all please make sure y'all check that out. All right. If you're in the city of Houston, man, y'all go ahead and check it out. I don't care if you're on the south side, west side, east side, north side. If you're somewhere in Katy, go ahead and travel all the way to the south side of H-Town and go check it out, man. Man, I will definitely say this has been a super dope episode, and I can definitely say that I appreciate every single person on this page right now, everybody who's watched from beginning to end, all the information that we had today. I was also say this. If we uppity, we just uppity. I don't care. I just got to this point to where, hey, I'm just because people be like, man, they think that okay, it is what it is. I mean, you got to realize as chocolate folk, black folk, a little light skinned folk too, and we all have our own different opinions and thoughts, man, and we don't all agree with the status quo. We are not a monolith. And we got to remember that, man. And so we appreciate for everybody for checking us out. Don't forget, you can stop by the store and get 30% off your purchase. Anything that you want in the store, man. Listen, I said I'm not 100% with that Showstyle joint, but we got a Showstyle shirt in there that y'all need to pick up. We got a Showstyle shirt in there that y'all need to just go check it out. And you can get 30% off your purchase. All you got to do, your final purchase. You can't get 30% off of every single item, but your final purchase, all you got to do is type in HBCU band. Also, don't forget, we also have the Fuel Your Passion Scholarship Fund that is going down. It's still going down. And we ain't cut that off. So all you got to do is go inside the description and check that thing out. That's all you got to do. And you can be locked in. We appreciate any donations that you give. Remember, any proceeds that are going to be going to any student who is going to be going to an HBCU band program, we are definitely 100% in support of any student who needs those funding to be able to get there. If you got a student and they got a partial scholarship, we would love to cover the other half, and that's what the proceeds are going for. All right, it ain't going into my pocket, it ain't going to Quan's pocket, it ain't going to Portia's pocket. It is definitely going for those particular students. So any donations, we definitely appreciate it, man. Other than that, I don't have anything else. This has been a super dope episode. I'm pretty sure they ain't got nothing else. Quan trying to get out of the building. I would say Portia ready to snatch the wig off, but she ain't got a wig today, so she just ready to go lay it down. I ain't got nothing else. We gonna see you guys not next week, but 2 weeks from now. Oh, you can do it.
I can do it.